women.
Are there too many female gaming protagonists in 2025? The short answer is no. As stupid as this is to discuss, this is a topic of conversation on social media right now. Because of this, I do want to talk about this subject and some of the cases and examples there is for 2025. So as you can see here with this Twitter post, this goes through some of the female leads for certain games that's coming in 2025. Some I've seen being getting criticized for. So let's actually just go through one by one. Before I go through each one, I do want to say it doesn't matter at all about gender. It really comes down to writing, right? It's whether a character, regardless of gender, are written well and yet you really love their personality, the character, the stories they go through, the arcs. That's really where it comes down to. So let's go through the first one right here. We have Lucia from GTA 6. This is technically, no, not even technically, this is the first protagonist in the series that's a female. Now there's 2 protagonists in this game. GTA 5 had like 3. But this time we have 2. One's a male, one's a female. They seem like to be a couple. But whether this is good or bad, we just have to wait and see. I think a lot of the GTA audience, a lot of the fan base are male centric. I don't think that's far-fetched to say. But because of the story, this is fine. Like, I don't think this is really an issue. I don't think anyone really complain about this. But personally speaking, I rather play a male protagonist in a GTA game. Just personally speaking. So this is whatever. It really comes down to whether they're written well, both her and the male protagonist. Now the second character right here, we have a Resident Evil character. This character is a new character that just recently got announced for Resident Evil 9, RE9. Damn, they compete with Fast and Furious at this stage. So she goes by Grace Ashcroft. Apparently she does link to a character in a previous Resident Evil game of some kind. But this isn't new. Resident Evil has done this many times before with a lot of female leads. To be honest, if you actually think about it, they have more female members or female protagonists than male protagonists, if you actually think about it. And they do female characters, actually just characters in general, so well. This is why Resident Evil's killing it when it comes to zombie games or the zombie media, because they realized they need to make really captivating, endearing characters, and which is what they nailed. A lot of zombie movies, games, whatever, the characters kind of suck. Everyone tends to watch or consume those products because of the zombie aspect. But Resident Evil is a special case because people play it because of zombies, but also because the characters are so cool and well depicted and executed, especially the female characters. For example, Jill Valentine, probably arguably one of the best female protagonists of all time for a video game, right? She's up there. She's definitely up there. Then you have someone like Claire Redfield, Ada Wong, who has a huge fan base in the RE community for obvious reasons, I guess. Shiva from RE5. Like, the list goes on. Now we got Grace, another new female protagonist. There's also a bunch of other female protagonists I'm missing out. So this isn't nothing new. And I'm more excited because, like I said before, Capcom, they do such a superb job in nailing and doing fantastic female characters. Especially as of recent times, we have been getting a lot of poorly written and poorly executed female characters in just movies, shows, anime, you name it. So I want to see what Capcom can do with Grace. RE7 and 8 was also a male protagonist, was Ethan. So it only kind of makes sense that they're gonna shift it to female protagonist, so this is fine. Then the next game we have Pragmata. This is also a Capcom game, funnily enough. But if I'm not wrong, she's not the only protagonist. There's this guy. I don't know much about Pragmata, but it looks like there's a duo. It's her and another guy, it seems, another male protagonist. Another duo case like GTA 6 right here. Honestly, it seems like there's 2 protagonists, but more than likely she is the main attention and main character of the game, I would like to assume. But this is a funny duo. I think this looks actually cute and they can do really well with this. I think this duo with the father figure and a daughter figure, often, if it's done really well, more often than not, hits with a lot of gamer audience. I mean, we've seen it with Last of Us, we've seen it with God of War, a parent and child dynamic. They could really kill it. So this isn't really an issue. I don't see anyone complaining about this at all. Then we got the next one, Wuchang. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Wuchang is from Chinese developers. This is a brand new IP. This is, again, another whatever case. Like, I don't see anyone complain about this. Honestly, this makes a lot of sense because Wuchang is a male protagonist, albeit is a monkey god, but it's still a male. So I like to believe they didn't really want to compete with Wuchang, so they went for a female protagonist, or just wanted it anyways. This is not a big deal. Next, okay, this is kind of controversial for some of the game audience or fans of Tsushima. So a Ghost of Tsushima sequel named Ghost of Yotei has a female lead. Now this could be a bit risky because I've not played Ghost of Tsushima, so I do not know what happens to the male main character. I don't know if he dies or lives, do not spoil. But if he lives, I feel like a lot of Tsushima fans wanted a sequel. Maybe, I don't know. I think a lot of the complaints that's coming from the gamer fans, they're saying a lot of the samurais in the lore, in the real lore, during feudal Japan, there was never really a female samurai. I don't know, this is just coming from them. I believe there are, I believe there were some. But again, like with all these cases, it doesn't really matter. It depends how they're written and whether they're enjoyable to watch. Considering this is a sequel years and years after, this is valid. This is fine. But if people wanted a Tsushima sequel with the same protagonist, I don't know if he lives or not. But if they wanted a sequel with the same protagonist, I think that's also valid criticism. Not because, oh, they went for a female lead, female protagonist. Next one, we got this Game Freak. If you don't know who Game Freak are, they are the ones that are responsible for making those horrendous Pokemon games. So this game is called Beast of Reincarnation. Just from this trailer alone, everyone's defending Game Freak now. Everyone's saying the reason why Pokemon games are bad are because of time crunch and poor management from maybe Nintendo or whatever maybe. But that's another topic of discussion. We're talking about another female character lead. Like with Wuchang is a new, entirely new IP. So it's fine. If it's a new IP, it's fine. However, there is a risk with this. When they make a new IP with a female main character, there has been cases and examples where those games perform poorly. And that's mainly because of the fact they don't do the female character well. For example, the one Square Enix game, let me find the name, Forspoken, right? Forspoken had an insanely creative and unique idea. Fantastic concept. Gameplay was really good. Honestly, this is like what I wanted an Avatar type of game to be like. Graphically is amazing, art style, I dig it, but the damn characters, right? Most of the characters in that game was female as well, I think. Maybe not most of the characters, but the main antagonist and the protagonist were females, and no one liked them, and that game performed poorly. So the writing, they really need to nail it. And a lot of the time, for the Japanese companies, they tend to kill it with their female characters. Square Enix have, with the exception of Forspoken, but I think that's a different division. I don't think that's a main Square Enix division. For Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Nier Automata, fantastic female characters. Capcom kills it. Stellar Blade, an example right there. Brand new IP, female lead. And a lot of people like that protagonist, not for obvious reasons. Speaking of Stellar Blade, I'm definitely going to discuss about Stellar Blade a little bit later. So this Beast of Reincarnation, new IP, acceptable. This one, okay. Now, this is from a new game coming from Naughty Dog. So this is titled Intergalactic thehereticprophet. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of that name at all. This caused a lot of drama on social media. And honestly, I don't think it's because of the female character. Now, I'm not saying this didn't contribute to it at all. Like I said before, Japanese developers, they kill it with the female characters. Not the Japanese developers, just Eastern developers, right? China, Korea. But the Western developers, as we have seen with recent example with Concord, with Dragon Age, even the new Fable, despite that game not being out yet, they all have a common issue, right? And it's not entirely the writing. A lot of the cases it is. But it's honestly the character design. The designs for these characters from these Western devs are so lackluster, very lackluster. And no, I'm not disliking this character because she's bold. In general, she just doesn't look interesting to me at all. Like, she looks so bare bones and basic, and that's what I'm not really much of a fan of. I'm not saying this is all Western characters. I will get on to the next game right here, which is Witcher 4 Ciri, which is the opposite of bland character design. But let me go back to Intergalactic right here. This is not just this game. I feel like Naughty Dog female characters just looks too basic for me. Just too average. It makes sense for like a game like The Last of Us, which is very based on real life on Earth, so that's acceptable. But this game is sci-fi, so I thought they would take more liberty to be more creative, more unique. I'm just gonna say I do not like the mocap direction that a lot of games are going for nowadays, where they get like models, like actual human models, and base the character design off them. I dislike it. I prefer if they just make their own original characters. It's the same with Ghost of Yotei as well. well. And this is not just Ghost of Yotei, Ghost of Tsushima did as well, and I wasn't a fan of that. That was a male protagonist. Like, if you compare Capcom female characters to like Naughty Dog, Capcom wipes them out when it comes to character designs easily. It's not debatable. So I think that's where most of the major concerns come from when it comes to Western game female game characters, is that the character designs suck, and often they're written poorly as well. For instance, games like Dragon Age, I've seen clips and oh my days, what did they create? This crap is abysmal, straight up abysmal. I know a lot of people do mention that video games that contains female main characters or female protagonists, that they tend to push agendas. I don't see that for Eastern games, but for Western games, I do kind of see that being forced in some games. Not all Western games, but some games I do see that. So I hope Naughty Dog do not do that for Intergalactic right here. Hopefully not. But we shall see. My major complaint is just a character design, man. I'm telling you, if she looked a lot cooler, people would have far less issues. I know someone in the comments are going to say, oh, you just want someone attracted, you gooner. You just want a GOONER-BAIT. No, that is not what I'm saying here. And what's so funny about the argument where someone says, you just want GOONER-BAIT characters? Look at this list of characters right here. Which ones appeal to you already or takes most of your attention? It's the characters that naturally look more unique, creative, catches your eye, and even bizarre looking. And more importantly, cool. They have that cool factor to them. Like, immediately, I'm not looking at her. I'm looking at like Grace from Resident Evil 9, Siri, even like Pragmata, because her arm looks so cool. It looks like Mega Man right here. That's a unique design choice right there. Instead of something like this, which is just bald head and a jacket and you're done. Like, I get it's based on Akira, but they could have done a better job. Like I said before as well, they just strictly took a one-to-one copy of the actress. So that's immediately telling me this is far less creative than something like these other female characters right here. So that is my main issue. Is this a character design, especially for Western female characters? Now the next one is opposite case to the Intergalactic character from Naughty Dog, and this is a CD Projekt Red character, Siri from Witcher 4. Now this makes 100% sense, right? I don't want anyone in the comments or online saying, oh, they're forcing female character. No, this has been hinted since Witcher 3, maybe even earlier. She has always been destined to be the next lead since Witcher 3, which came out over a decade ago. My only concern is I hope they don't change a lot of what makes Siri's character captivating. Like, she felt more of like an innocent, humble character. Please don't tarnish her character in Witcher 4 and keep intact what made Siri lovable. To me, Siri was easily my second favorite character, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna get Geralt anyways. It's not like he's dead in Witcher 4, so he probably appear, and I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes a secondary character. You know, they do the opposite from what they did with Witcher 3. There might be a segment where we play a Geralt, who knows. Not to mention her design. I absolutely adore her design. Her design's sick. There's something about female characters with white hair. I dig it. There's something about it. I don't know what it is, man. That adds like 10 points to the coolness factor just right off the bat. But even with the new trailer that we've seen, her drip, her design, her outfit looks so sick. This character is from Tides of Annihilation. New IP. It's fine, acceptable. But more importantly, her character design looks super cool. And this is not too much of a GOONER-BAIT. There's not much Tom Goonery going on here. So this is fine. And the aesthetics overall in that trailer was spot on. That's something I'm going to gravitate towards naturally. Next, we got another game. This was recently announced in some Game Fest. The name's escaping me, but if I'm not wrong, this is a Korean, again, another new IP, brand new game. And even with that said, this is false. She's not even the main. Well, actually, she is. So she's a secondary main character. I think there's two main protagonists. There's her and this guy, this dude. So there's dual case just at GTA 6, just at Pragmata. It's not much of an issue at all, if ever. So this is like whatever. I'm not even that excited for this game yet. I'm not seeing enough. This, I don't know where this is from, but immediately I have no interest in this because she looks so average. There's nothing stylistic, wild, or anything that really caught my attention to this character design, like at all. This one is from a new horror game, new Silent Hill game. I think it's Silent Hill F. This game looks incredible. But gaming aside, main protagonist, if I'm not wrong, this is from Japanese devs. Now, this is my personal opinion, but this doesn't really look all that interesting. It's just a schoolgirl. That's literally it. But she still has a better aura than this character. And this character. It's straight up. Maybe it's this image right here that's doing a lot of justice with the red flowers that's making her look damn cool. That's adding more aura points right there. But comparing her to someone like this character or even this character, these are definitely superior in character design. Even with this character as well. That's basically a rundown on these characters. So now let's actually go through the comments. Right, watch. If you don't believe me that a lot of the gaming audience do not like, I'm gonna say Western gaming female characters, just look at the comments right here. Bro, look at this. What is this? And we got Fixed It right here that took all of the basically Western characters out. That's crazy. I know for sure which ones I'm not excited for. And we got these two characters. Again, Western developers. Look at this. The Heretic Prophet and Fabled Protagonist. I'm sorry, that looks so atrocious. That does not look right. And I swear if you don't have character creator in Fable, that's going to disappoint me heavily. See, this doesn't look interesting at all. She looks like an NPC, not to be harsh. When you think a character looks like an NPC, when they're not, they're the main protagonist, that's a big problem right there. Also, I'm not saying these games are going to flop. They're not. I feel like these games are going to do really, really well, especially coming from Naughty Dog. But that's some of the comments. There's even worse ones that I'm not going to go through right now. But what I do want to say is this whole goonery stuff. There's two sides, right? There's either, oh, this character's ugly. They look so basic. They look like an NPC. They look incredibly average. Or we get a case of, oh, you just love GOONER-BAIT. You love these goonery characters like Emma Frost from Marvel Rivals or some crap like that. You just want anime proportions or revealing fanservice-y characters. That's legit the two sides of the coin right now. Pick one, right? Pick one. I know the comments down below is going to be chaotic. It's going to be one side or the other. I genuinely don't care. For me, now that I've talked about it, this is just my personal point and my 2 cents in the whole topic. I genuinely don't care. If I'm playing a game and I'm really loving the character, then that's all that matters. Like, it's just the writing and how they execute. For example, Expedition 33, I've only put an hour into that. No, 2 hours. I can already tell I'm going to really, really love the female characters, the female cast in that game. And my first impression is not the last impression. I think that's with most people as well. So even though I'm not interested right now, I'm not interested in Intergalactic. If I see the gameplay and if I get my hands on it, I could be swayed easily if I actually end up liking and loving the character. But the whole thing about a character is attractive, so is automatically GOONER-BAIT. That's so stupid. Because naturally, the more attractive looking character, you're gonna be gravitating towards to just naturally. And I'm not talking about attraction in the sense of like getting too excited. I'm not talking about that. I'm gonna talk about attraction in terms of the fascination factor. You know, when you look at certain characters, you're like, oh, this character, why is she wearing this? What does this mean? This design, not anyone I know wears this outfit, so naturally it's interesting, right? Same with this jacket looks cool with the samurai style hats, but then when you go to this, it's just a jacket. That's literally it. Cool jacket, don't get me wrong. It needs a bit more. It needs something more. This is just a schoolgirl. So naturally, I'm not that interested into the character. But I'm sold into the game anyways because I've seen the trailer and I can tell I'm going to love the game. And maybe I'm going to love the character because she's finding these ghosts, right? She's a schoolgirl, probably 15. And she's scrapping throwing hands against paranormal, ghostly entities. Like, that's so hilarious. And that's me being sold. I'm not sold in the design, but I'm sold in her character. But that's my 2 cents on like attractiveness of a character. I don't think that's inherently wrong at all. And at the end of the day, we are playing a video game. It's like escapism in a way. You can do what you want in a video game. So why are you gonna make video game based on real characters or unattractive or real human beings? I'm telling you, I don't like this mocap stuff that a lot of games are going for. It really doesn't make sense to me. Now, if you ask me, would I prefer a male protagonist or female protagonist? Again, does it really matter? Depends how they are executed. But what I would say is that naturally, I'm going to prefer male character. Naturally, I do. My top 10 best gaming characters of all time are likely male characters. And that isn't just me being like sexist. I prefer characters I relate to. I'm a guy, I'm a male, so naturally, I'm going to be relating more to and resonating more with characters that are males, because at the end of the day, we all love characters we can relate to. That's just everything: movies, games, shows, anime. So if a main character is a male, then a female, that's gonna be naturally a plus for me because I can relate to immediately, just off the bat. But that doesn't mean automatically the male character is better than a female character. No. Also, it doesn't help that a lot of medias, like especially like anime, movies, shows, they don't do female characters as well. Just being honest, they don't do female characters as well. I think games are the only media or the closest to doing really, really well written female characters. Not all the time. Not all the time. Dragon Age. But for the most part, they can do really well and fantastic female characters. And I know someone in the comments are gonna go, "You're gay! He's gay!" bro, don't hate me because I want to see Snake's fat ass clap while he's sneaking around, okay?
I'm trying to sneak around, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
Girls, I want to see men!
So relatability is a huge factor. It is. It's in our nature. Relatability factor is huge. If you think I'm wrong, just look at the PlayStation CEO. He explicitly said for Horizon Zero Dawn, he straight up said the main reason why the main character was female was to attract the female gaming fans or gaming audience. And Horizon Zero Dawn is probably one of the biggest games that consists of a female main character, especially in recent memory. Then it's true, a lot of the female main protagonists are made there is intentional because they want to make it more appealing for the female gaming audience. And that can be said for the opposite. You know, there's a reason why a lot of gaming fans, this is objectively true, most of them are made of the male audience, or guys. Most of gamers are guys, which could explain why a lot of games are male protagonists. But that's why let me know what you guys think. Do not go crazy. Do not go wild in comments below. I swear this might be a controversial, sticky topic to talk about. Sticky. Goon. Crap, I shouldn't have said that. Stop the goon rot brain, please. Do not go wild, do not go crazy in the comments below. Keep it respectful, please. This is all opinion matters. Everyone has their own preferences, you know. Doesn't mean a male character or male protagonist is better than a female protagonist. And even vice versa. Doesn't mean a female protagonist is better than a male protagonist. It really doesn't matter. It really comes down to who's written better and execution. And to stop pushing agendas for both genders. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. And until next video, catch you guys later. Bye.